Caring for people in need is, for some, the very definition of meaning. Yet for so many people in America's hospitals, the magic they once felt about caregiving has vanished. Caregivers perform an ancient and deeply important dance. Yet in America today, many are simply going through the motions. Hard-edged technology, powerful medicine, managed care have all left them feeling they are working in prisons. It can feel like that for the patients as well. Think of the powerful similarity between prisons and hospitals. Prison numbers, patient numbers. Prison cells, patient rooms. Prison uniforms, patient gowns. Cold corridors, long hallways. Restricted visiting hours, restricted visiting hours. We can change all of this. We can transform our workplace into a place we love to enter. Before you now is an unusual kind of village. Most of its occupants are sick. Some are here to have babies. Some are here to die. All come here with some kind of worry or concern. Most are in severe pain. We are here to help them. Spiritual relationships touch people who are facing the exquisite vulnerability of acute illness, the indescribable ecstasy of birth, life and death and everything in between.
Hello, Miss Tucker. How are you doing?
I'm not feeling very well today.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, we'll get you feeling better, okay?
The single most important relationship in the New Healing Hospital is the relationship between caregiver and patient. There is a critical intersection which takes place many times a day. It occurs whenever the loving intention of one of our partners meets the deep need of a sick patient. It is at this intersection, at this touching, at this relationship, where the work becomes sacred. This is why work in the New Healing Hospital is called sacred work.
The hardest times that I have at this job is seeing patients that I know that got up this morning just like I did. Took a bath, brushed their teeth, put the clothes on, and everything was fine when they left home. And somewhere in the process during the day before they could even get home, or most of the time they don't get back home, they find some kind of dreadful news of some kind of illness that they may have, or some automobile accident that they've been in or something, which has landed them in our care here at Baptist.
Our work is sacred. No job is just a chore here. It's sacred work.
What I do is sacred work.
This is sacred work.
It's sacred work.
It's sacred work.
It's very sacred work.
It's sacred work. We are a caring, healing hospital.
I try to be there for them. If I have someone that's scared there, I let them know that I'm going to be here to take care of your needs. And if you need me, I won't be far. And
This is sacred work.
This is important work.
The thing I love the best is when people come in trouble and we help them and they get better. Unfortunately, that doesn't always happen, but it's awfully nice when it does.
A very sacred work because we deal with our patients in our community.
And what brings me here every day is the attachment that I feel for these folks that I take care of, and not only for them, but for their families as well.
I think of it as helping someone, helping them to heal better. When they see a clean room, then the process began then.
If I was in a room, I would want a real clean room and it to smell nice, and that's what I try to do for the patients.
Really, they sometimes thank me for helping them, but they really bless me just by allowing me to be able to be a servant to them.
I would say my work is very sacred.
It is sacred work.
Through every window, along every hallway, every corridor, behind every door is a story. So many stories inside the New Healing Hospital every day. Meet Geraldine Richmond. She has come to Baptist to ask for our help. She is pregnant with not one baby and not two. The sacred work of this team is to help Ms. Richmond deliver triplets. Delivering triplets is more than 3 times as complicated as a normal single delivery. More than a dozen doctors and nurses and respiratory therapists will be in the room to help make sure the best medical care is given.
Presently, Geraldine's in because her blood pressure is elevated. She has borderline pregnancy-induced hypertension. We're following daily lab values, such as her uric acid and her platelets. If Geraldine's platelets start a downward spiral, or if her blood pressure begins to be elevated, then we're going to be looking at delivery. You have any questions besides when you're going to get to deliver?
No.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. I was hoping to have them today, but I know that Dr. Miller is a great doctor and he knows what's best. The longer I keep them, the healthier they're going to be and the better they're going to be, and I just want them to be okay. And if I have to keep them in till 40 weeks, then I guess I'm here for a long time.
Losing my mask.
Some people think words don't matter very much. Jerry Emberton heard something hard and powerful when his doctor handed him these 4 words. Jerry, you have leukemia.
I guess I try to forget about it. It's my main way of dealing with it. Try to joke and have a good time like I always did.
His platelets just finished, so we got those vitals. We started a pre-vitals. His body's just, the cancer's just fighting. He's just trying to fight the cancer. And I mean, his body's not in a state right now where it can handle chemo, so we're trying to get him into that state to where he might be able to sustain another round of chemo.
He's gone through a lot. His body's gone through a lot. And his taste buds have changed, his appetite has changed. The medicines, the numerous medicines, the chemo, have pretty much deteriorated.
Nurses are, well, I can't hardly describe them, but 2 of them went on vacation while I've been here, and they both come and hugged both of us and told us they loved us. I mean, you know, it's almost like a family. I have a loving family at home, and I guess I like one down here too.
Jerry is very family oriented. He always has been. Me and the kids have always been his #1 priority, and I think we always will be, even though he's the one that's ill.
That's my daughter and her family. We've just always been real close. She seems to love me a whole lot. Of course, I do her. The other 3 belong to my boy and his wife. Those 2 boys, they're 6 and 7. Everybody wants to know if they're twins, but I guess the little girl there in front, I get accused of being partial to her. She's harder headed than the 2 boys put together.
Sometimes medicine isn't enough. We may not be able to cure Mr. Emberton's cancer, but we can always be healing towards him. Loving, respectful, and caring, as long as he is in our hands. There's birth, there's death, and there is sometimes deep, dark pain in between, pain that cries out from far down, from the deep well of grief and agony.
Okay, baby. Here we go.
Here is a man who you will know more by how you hear him than by what you see.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay?
How do you deal with doesn't it just break your heart to see this? Yeah.
Very difficult because they don't understand what's going on. They're very scared and they don't know why they're scared.
I was talking about you. How does this affect you?
I I look at it more of as a puzzle to try to figure out how to fix the problem. It is worrisome and troublesome to see a patient and they're scared and you're trying to comfort them and they seem inconsolable. That's probably the worst part of it, is you can't console them in this state. When I'm sad or upset about a patient condition, then sometimes we just rely on our coworkers to kind of bounce feelings and thoughts off of.
Who are we? Who are we in our work? I move through my work smiling at you through the camera, smiling as if happy. Silhouetted, smiling with my team. Smiling with them at you through the camera. My team, my partners, my friends. Watching information under glass. Who are we? For whom do we smile today? Hands on each other's shoulders, shoulder to shoulder. My team, my partners. Moving sacred people from here to there. Watching. Silhouetted against hallway fluorescence. Walking with my thoughts. Smiling. Hopeful. Hopeful you will hear the gift of my heart here, right here, where I work.
As I'm doing the epidural, I'm explaining to her what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, things are going well, not to move. Some of the things that the father's going through when their wife's fixing to have a C-section is that they're real apprehensive. They're thinking about, will they be the support they need to be, or will they be the father they need to be?
Geraldine is a first-time mother. Just the thoughts of delivery itself is always frightening, but the thoughts of a C-section delivery, complicated by not one but 3 babies, would have to be overwhelming. My job is to keep her as calm as possible, to keep her as informed as possible, and try to make her as comfortable as possible. If I'm truly giving of myself in this higher calling, then I am touching, I am empathizing, I am doing all that I can do to make this delivery as anxious-free as possible, as safe as possible, and for the best outcome we can possibly get.
Let's go ahead and quiet it up. He needs me to be a professional, but he also needs me to be a friend. He needs to have me to talk to tell, like if he has a question, like what do you think my odds are, I'm the one that's going to tell him. Whereas he might not ask that of anybody else because he does trust me and he knows that I'm going to be upfront with him. If he asks me a question, I'm going to tell him the truth. Let him know that you're there for him, that he can talk to you, that he doesn't have to pretend to be good and happy all the time like he does with his family. You treat him like you would treat your own brother or father, uncle.
You're scared. You're frightened no matter, what they've told you. You're just scared. The staff has really made it a more pleasurable experience. It's took a really uncertain time in your life, a scary time, and I think they've tried to make it as comfortable as possible.
When Jerry came in this time, he had me crawl in bed with him when right when he was admitted, and he said, let's get a picture.
Didn't want to wait till didn't have a white count to fight off all your germs.
That's right, that's right. So we got together and we took a picture in the bed.
Yeah.
And I think he's taken a picture of everybody. Haven't you? You've gotten just about everybody now, haven't you? Yeah.
Making a bed, a clean, soft bed, is part of our healing work.
Going in, cleaning the room, making up their beds, or doing the floors. It helps them to have a neat, clean bed, making them comfortable as it can be for the patient. That's what you're here for, is to make them comfortable. And yeah, I know Mr. Emerton. He's a real nice man. He's had his ups and downs. He's real sick right now. I don't want to interrupt him from, if you don't want to talk to me, that's fine.
But you're there for him.
I'm there for him if he needs me, or, he needs anything from me or the nurses, and I just love what I do.
It is amazing what the impact of just holding somebody's hand that is confused can have on that patient. It does seem to have a calming effect. Sitting beside them when they don't know where they are and just, trying to converse with them, getting anything back and forth. We all have that base human desire to interact and connect, and our patients are no different. Even when they're sick, they still need human contact and caring and physicalness, to be touched and patted even. Patients respond to that very well.
It's okay. Okay?
We can't turn away from people's pain just because it's difficult for us to understand or maybe hard for us to see.
It's important when a patient comes in that we look to them and we try to take care of their pain and not turn our backs on them.
When people come to us, they have all kinds of needs. They may be feeling scared, unsure, afraid, and have many different types of pain. Maybe that's physical pain, certainly, emotional pain, spiritual pain, and we need to be present for them.
There is always a risk in childbirth, a risk of death in the midst of birth. There is a risk of death in the birth of these triplets.
Jason, are you ready? Will you get ready?
Is it cold in here or what?
I won't leave until, that everything's good, contracted. The babies will leave, they'll go down to the nursery, and I'm sure they'll probably have, I imagine each one will have a separate nurse. Jerry Lynn, she is unusual because, number one, she received no infertility drugs. This was an all-natural triplet pregnancy, which the incidence is about 1 in 80,000. And we got
Dr. Miller is here?
He's the one that's touching your belly right now. And he's checking you out.
Are you sure I'm not going to feel this?
You're going to feel touch, you're going to feel movement, you're going to feel tugging and pulling.
Which one do you want to be the oldest? The boy or the girl?
Boy.
You want the boy to be the oldest? I think girls come out first.
Mr. Emerton has gotten a little worse. It's a little harder now for us because before, when Jerry was feeling a little better, he was happier. We could go in, we could joke with him, we could kiss him, we could hug on him. A lot of times we'll go in when his wife's not there, and he'll be laying in the bed and he's very quiet, and you look at him and he's got a tear running down the side of his face. So that's hard, and you just have to go in at that time and just give the extra hug. If I can make him feel better, just 5 minutes out of his day, that makes my day.
He has his quiet moments, but he'll wink at you every now and then, let you know that he's hanging in there. That's his way of, kind of saying, I'm still here, I'm still doing okay.
His prognosis is not good, and we don't think that he's going to make it through this. But we do as much as we can to help him feel as well as he can feel.
It's hard. It's hard to watch him go through it.
Is it?
Yeah. But you got to kind of stay in the moment and make sure that they get the care that they need. When you're not caught up in the technical care and the whole emotional part sets in. It gets kind of tough. Sometimes if you think about it too long, it can get you. You just stay as strong and supportive as you can for the family, and keep a smile on your face, and let them know that you're there for them at every moment. Sometimes it's hard to keep a smile.
Okay, incision time. 40 or 40.
I feel that pressure.
Lots of normal to feel pressure covered.
First baby is going to be
feet first.
You do?
Just a little feet. And some behind. There it comes.
Well, I'll be down there. It's a boy.
It's the boy.
Oh, God.
He's the boss. He's going to be the boss.
Boy, baby.
Kelly on the first one.
He's a nice one. Yeah. Boy, baby. Second one's going to be.
That's the high one. Which one was that? Big.
They are?
Yeah. He's coming out feet first.
In the middle of this complicated birth, stop. Notice the number of caring hands, guided by years of training and experience, guided by love. 8 hands, 6 helping, 2 reaching up for help. Thousands of hands outside this room helping in ways unseen, but oh so important. Important always in the New Healing Hospital. Who are these people? Our partners, our brothers and sisters, whose impact we feel, whose voices we know, but who we often never even see or never notice until now. Until now, when we begin to appreciate, perhaps for the first time, how critical, how important, how crucial, how significant the efforts of their hands, their hearts, and their minds are here in the New Healing Hospital.
Oh, God, please say the next one's a girl.
I think soccer mom
I'm not remembering.
You sure?
She comes. It's a girl. Yep. It's a girl.
She's small.
They're not small. Let me give a little dose over here. They're all here now.
Are they okay? They look okay?
I had one sterile.
Oh, hi, baby. Can I touch?
See that post there?
Yeah. Hi, baby boy. Sweetie. Hi, baby. Sweet baby. You're so beautiful. Yes, you are. Boy. Oh. You're beautiful. Look at that face.
Let you see your other baby. Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Here's your little princess.
Oh, she's beautiful.
I got a handful of hair.
Say hi, Mommy. Sweet pie. You're little.
Oh, tell her about it. You're beautiful, Mom.
Tell her about it.
You're just beautiful. Oh, look at her. So that's a kitty call. We're going to take them down to the special nursery and get them all weighed and measured and admitted, and they'll bring you by when you're ready.
Okay.
All right, Dad's going to go with us.
Okay.
He can come back and tell you all about them.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Hear me.
When you hear you have triplets on the way, it's an immediate, you do not know
If they could be anything from very stable babies, which just 3 admissions at a time it's a lot of people, a lot of team, a lot of work going on at once with the doctors and the nurses, the staff. You can have very stable babies, or you can have 3 very sick babies. So it's immediate excitement in the unit and lots of setting up to do. Scariest part is that moment there when, you know, they could have some very sick babies, and it could be a while for them to recover. And so I think in feeling that for them, that's the scariest part, is knowing what they're probably feeling. And you kind of feel that for them too.
They look perfect, all 3 babies. They're perfectly formed. Everything else about them, other than being early, looks perfect. And they're just beautiful. Congratulations.
It went as well as it ever can go. The babies came out just vigorous and screaming, beautiful, perfect. It was just delightful.
What a gift to have beaten the risks. 3 healthy triplets, a healthy mother, a healthy father. New lives in the new healing hospital. Oh, the beast of pain that rages in the dark jungle outside our knowing. We struggle to reach it, to calm it, to comfort. But sometimes it is simply beyond us.
He's done everything he can possibly get. He's had all the antibiotics. He's had all the chemotherapy that he can possibly have. Nothing has worked. The doctors went in and talked to him and basically have told him that we need to make him comfortable, and he feels like he can do that best at home. So he's going to go home with hospice care and just live out his life with the best he can, with the best quality that we know how to give him. So we're looking to see him go home real quick. And hopefully it will be quicker the better. You know, as soon as he gets home, he's going to feel better. He'll be in his own bed. You know, he'll have his own surroundings. His family will be there, and we can make him comfortable, and he can just go away easily. So.
Mom is wonderful with these babies. She is so relaxed, and God just gave me one, and I would say He knows who to give the triplets to. She is just wonderfully laid back, and she has a big challenge, you know, taking 3 babies home at once, but she just really seems to have a very good nature. I think she's going to do very well with them.
3 patients have entered and left the new healing hospital. One continues his hard and challenging life in the loving hands of patient caregivers. One goes home, this time for the last time. We can't always cure, but we can always strive to heal. And we have done healing work here for a man who now will go home to die. And one goes home with 3 new lives to care for, to love, to raise, 2 brothers and a sister, whose lives began at the new healing hospital. They go home. We stay here, where each day, every day, 2 people live their last day on earth, and 14 people live their first. We are here continuing our sacred work, not just a job, but sacred work. Throughout the day and into the night, every day of the year, a caring community devoted to healing with love in the Christian tradition. The end of this film, A New Beginning for You,